Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back once again. It is me, MOLT. We are here with another Real Talk episode. A lot of people really enjoyed that other one. The comments and everything were absolutely amazing. If you guys like these, support it by commenting positively down below. Not just to me and encouraging me, which I do love, but encouraging other people. You know, like if you have a big heart and you want to help people, read through the comments and give people your opinion. Negative people, don't comment down below, even though I know you're going to. I'm sorry that you're negative. I'm sorry that that's what brings you joy. I would hope that maybe you can find something in this as well that can help you with your negativity. I know that I can be a negative person as well, but I think acknowledging it is the first step to working on that. But I'm excited for these series, guys, and I want to start off by saying, yes, I am a Christian. I'm not going to hide that from anybody. I'm also not going to force it on anyone. I'm not forcing anyone to watch these videos. So if you are a Christian, then awesome. That's really cool. I'm happy that we share that same belief system and have a relationship with the Lord. For those of you that aren't Christians, that's fine. I love you all the same. It doesn't matter to me. Would I love for you to experience the joy that I have by being a Christian? Yes, of course. But if you don't, I'm not going to force anything on you. So just know that when you're watching these videos. That's the first little thing. Second little thing, I want to jump into this really, really quickly because I know it's a very big question that a lot of people have. And it's about the fact that I'm a Christian and I have tattoos. First of all, if you're not a Christian, don't talk about something you don't know. So if you're not a Christian and you're just trying to start stuff in the comments by being like, he's a Christian, he's not supposed to have tattoos. Honestly, it makes you look kind of ignorant in the nicest way possible because you're talking about something that you don't know about. So this is a question that a lot of Christians get and that a lot of people always wonder when they see Christians with tattoos. And I wrote down a couple notes so that I don't miss anything when it comes to this. But the verse, the singular verse, the only verse that people are talking about when it comes to that, because there's only one verse, is in Leviticus, which is in the Old Testament. So that's before Jesus came. And it says, do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourselves. Okay, so that's in Leviticus. Now, the people that this is talking about is talking about the Canaanites, okay? They were a cultic people. They worshipped gods in their region, and in this particular verse, they're worshiping the dead, okay? Now, are they getting tattoos that, are like a portrait of their daughter just so they can remember that because she passed away or something like that? No, they're literally worshiping the dead and worshiping their gods that aren't God by getting these tattoos. Another thing that you could really point out in this is it says, do not cut your bodies. What about if you have to get surgery and you have to get cut? See? So that kind of just shows that you have to know what you're talking about. You have to do your research before you talk about stuff that you don't know about. Otherwise, you look pretty ignorant. In Revelations, it says, on his robe and on his thigh, he has written the name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. God has a tattoo. What's up? I'm going to see him in heaven and be like, hey, that ink's dope. What do you think about mine? All of mine are religious tattoos, guys. The one on my forearm right here is from the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 3, if you want to read it. This is from the book of Matthew, where it talks about the birds and the flowers. Right here it says, take the world but give me Jesus, meaning like I choose Jesus over the things that the world has to offer. Then right here I have be thou my vision on my side. I just hit the mic. I apologize. But let's jump into this. I just want to do that real quick. I know that took 4 minutes. If you guys want to say Real Talk starts at 4 minutes in the comments, you can. But for those of you that were wondering, I just wanted to clarify that for you guys so that we don't have to see questions on that in the future. So first of all, how do I not be shy? Oh, that's a great question. I used to be extremely shy, especially when I was really little. I'm still a skinny guy. That's why I wear skinny jeans and long, thin shirts, because that's what looks best on me. I'm a skinny dude. I used to be really shy because of it. Here's the thing about being shy. You can't just snap your fingers and get rid of it. It's not possible. I wish that it was, because then I would have gotten rid of it. If you guys have seen my first YouTube video, you can tell how shy and nervous I was. Now, I know some of you are leaving the video to go watch that now. Don't do that yet. Okay, finish the video. Then you can go watch that because it's hilarious. I was extremely shy. I was extremely nervous. I was so worried about what other people were going to think about me that I just wasn't myself. You know what I mean? And if you're afraid of being yourself around other people, guys, you got to work on that. I was the same way. Because you only have one you. You got to be who makes you happy. You know what I mean? You can't be anybody else because everybody else is taken. I didn't come up with that quote. That's a famous quote. Like, you can't be anyone else because everyone else is already taken. Like, you are you. You're yourself. You don't want to be anybody else. I promise you. You'd rather be yourself. So when it comes to shyness, I would say it's taking gradual steps. Like for me with videos, it was like, do I make a joke now? What if they don't like my joke? Do I talk in different voices? What if they don't like that? Do I goof off? Do I sing? Do I do this? And now I do all that stuff in my videos, and I don't really care because I'm being myself. And it seems to have turned out well because you guys are watching this video, right? So with being shy and like talking to people, whatever, you got to start off slowly. You know what I mean? So maybe it's just walking down the hallway and it's, hello, like a nice, hey, how you doing? Continue walking. If it's a girl you like, or if you're a girl and you're watching this and there's a boy you like, I don't know, just a nice smile and a hello can be a first step to working on shyness. And then it comes up to like, okay, you saw them in class and you're like, oh my gosh, how did you feel about Miss Smith's test? Yeah, I didn't really like it either. All right, see you in class later. Like literally just starting off small steps, I think will really help with shyness, because for me, I was very shy, and looking at it in hindsight, like after the fact, you know, taking small steps and really jumping out of the box, not jumping out, taking steps out of the box is really going to help you. This question, guys, this is a good one as well. You're a guy or a girl and you like your best friend. Oh, that's so stressful. I've been there before as well. Here's the question that you have to think about before you take any steps in that direction, okay? There's a couple questions. Number one, is it worth losing that friendship by telling them and them not liking you back? That's a big question. Now, is that going to be really hard as like holding that in as a friend and just being like, gosh, I like them, I like them, I like them, I like them, I like them. I can't hang out with them anymore because I like them too much and I don't know if they like me, blah, blah, blah. You got to think about that because it could get weird if you're like, hey, girl, so I know we've been best friends for like 3 years and I want it to be more. And she's like, oh, yeah. Then you kind of mess up that relationship, you know? You guys can laugh about it down the road, but that's the first question. And then next of all, like, you got to try and gauge how they feel, you know what I mean, about you, like if they're giving you hints or whatever, and you got to be able to translate those hints, maybe ask other people what they think. But it's hard. I mean, that is definitely hard. Excuse me. But also just being honest with them and being like, hey, listen, I think that I like you. I have feelings for you. I don't want this to be weird at all. And honestly, if you say this, some people may react well, some people not. There are a lot of people that say, we were best friends in high school and now we're married. And then some people that are like, yeah, we were best friends. And then he told me he had a crush on me. And I was like, okay, I'm done with that. So just think about, you got to gauge, you got to weigh what's going to happen to you and your kind of view on this and just be like, okay, well, you know what? I can't hold this in anymore. So I'm going to go talk to him. And I'm going to say, if you don't like me, that's totally fine. I'd still love to be your friend. If it weirds you out too much, that's okay. But I had to let you know. And honestly, that honesty with some people could end up making them be okay with it, even if they don't like you. They're like, hey, I respect your honesty. Thank you so much. And then you never know. Probably half of you guys that go and do this, the girl's going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you told me I like you too. So that's going to be good. But you never really know. You can't. I mean, it's a hard situation. It really is. Next, this one kind of goes along with that. How do you deal with rejection? Guys, I deal with, and there's two forms of deal. Like, I deal with rejection. Like, I get it a lot. And then how do I deal with it? How do I handle it? For me, I deal with it in the form of coming up with a new video, posting it, and it having like way too many dislikes, or more dislikes than I would have wanted. It's like, dang it, did I do something wrong? Like, why am I being rejected here? And for in high school, like being rejected, asking a girl to dance, and they're like, I've had that happen where I'm like, hey, you want to dance? And they're just like, phone call, and then they walk away. That literally happened to me. And I was like, okay. But you just have to know the person that's rejecting you, guys, you don't want to be associated with. Like, you don't want, if someone doesn't accept you and they reject you, then honestly, you don't want to be accepted by them. You may think that you do, but I would say, no, you really don't, because if they don't like you for who you are, or if they don't want to be your friend because of who you are, then you don't want to be in that friend group, because that friend group's pretty lame. You know what I mean? Because you, watching this, you're awesome. You want to know why you're awesome? Because there's only one of you. You are one of a kind. You're freaking unique, and you're dope. So always remember that. You are who you are. I am who I am. There's a lot of people that don't like me. There are thousands of people that don't like me. I don't think there's thousands of people that don't like you. There are thousands of people that don't like me. And you know what? If they don't like me, I don't care, because I'm me and I'm happy being me, and you guys got to be happy being you too. So if you get rejected, just remember who you are, and remember, cool, I'll move on to the next one. You just got to keep on going. You got to learn how to drop stuff, guys. If you let things dwell on you and you can't put them down, you got to drop it. You got to learn how to just drop stuff sometimes and be like, cool, I'm moving on. I got rejected. That's fine. If you're applying to colleges or schools or baseball teams or sports things, if you get rejected in that scenario, work harder. Work is good. Work is a good thing. Doing schoolwork is lame and you don't want to do it, but it makes you a better person because it teaches you determination. It teaches you how to not be lazy. It teaches you to put your mind to something. I wasn't good at school. We'll get into this in a little bit, but put your mind to stuff, guys, and get better at it if that's the kind of rejection that you're dealing with. Next, parents are divorced. This is a hard one, guys. I know people whose parents are divorced. My parents aren't divorced, but I know people whose parents are. And the biggest thing that I would say for you is never blame yourself, okay? It's their decision. If they say, oh my gosh, we need to get a divorce because our kid is just annoying, I can't handle my son anymore, and you're annoying me, I'm leaving. That's their decision. That's another form of rejection. That's their decision. Does it suck that it happens? Yes. Divorce is a terrible thing. Sometimes it happens, and in certain cases, like with adultery or people cheating, then for the counterpart, I would almost say, and this is in the Bible as well, if there's infidelity, you can get a divorce. I would say that might be better for the other person finding someone that can love them more than that person who cheated on them or who continually cheated on them. Now, would I say in the other video, always try and work it out? Yes. But okay, so back to the main thing. Your parents are divorced and it's hard on you. Biggest thing, don't blame yourself. Next biggest thing, don't pick sides. Don't pick sides because that is gonna be hard. That's gonna be really, really hard. Now, say your dad cheated and cheated and cheated and cheated and they got a divorce, but you loved your dad and he did that. You got to learn to forgive him and realize that he's broken and that we're all broken. We're all messed up. But you have to just be able to not pick sides. Even if somebody's wrong, you need to just love and be in the middle. And if your parents don't like that and they're like, why are you, say your mom's like, why are you supporting your dad? Why do you want to go visit him? And just be like, Mom, I don't agree with what he did. I don't agree with what he did. You are right in this situation, Mom, but he's still my dad, and I love him, and I want to spend time with him. And if your mom did that, and your dad's like, why are you supporting your mom? Say that same thing to him, like, Dad, listen, I'm never going to know what you went through. I agree that you're right. I agree that Mom is wrong, but she's my mom, and I only get one of them. And I'm going to try and love her in this because you know what? She needs love because she's hurt even if it doesn't seem like it. So that's what I would say in that scenario, guys. Never beat yourself up. Be careful picking sides. You can pick sides in your mind, but be verbal about it with your parents and stuff, saying stuff like, hey, I agree that they're wrong, but they need love too. So moving on, this one I laugh because some of you are going to think it's funny, but deep down, a lot of you are going to be like, that's real. Your pet's dying. Ugh. Pets are awesome. That's why I think God put them on this earth because he knew that we thought it'd be awesome that I've got a dog in here laying on her bed right now. I love my dog Millie so very much. And when she dies, because she will, I'm going to be devastated. And whether it's a dog, a cat, a hamster, a fish, whatever it may be, something that you love, that is tragic. And I would say cry about it. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Get your emotions out. It's not a bad thing to cry. I cry. I cried the other day because I was so stressed. I'm not worried about it. I'm not afraid about it. I would say real men cry and fake men don't cry. If you hold up your emotions like that, you got some problems. Now, am I saying just cry all the time? No, not at all. Don't be too emotional like that, but it's not a bad thing to cry. Deal with that pain of losing that pet, guys, because it sucks. Man, I've lost cats, I've lost dogs, I've lost hamsters, I've lost fish, I've lost it all, and it's hard because you love them. I would say don't be afraid to replace them, because getting another dog is always exciting. You get a little puppy again. You know what I mean? And let's all be honest, when they're small, they're a lot cuter than they are when they're big. I'll tell you that much for sure. So deal with it. Be upset for a while. That's not a bad thing. Cry about it. Talk to people about it. But eventually you got to move on. You got to get another dog. You got to get another cat. You got to do something. And that one's going to die too. It's just a cycle of life. And it's tragic. It really is. But that's just how it is. And be thankful for the time that you had with them. And look at pictures and tell stories and stuff. But at the same time, move on. Have your time of mourning and then move on. It'll be better for you. And I promise you, if your pet could speak English or Spanish or French, whatever language you speak, your pet will want you to move on to. Next, this is the last thing we're talking about. And this is what I kind of touched on earlier. Trouble in school. You're not doing good in school. Guys, that was me. I was a BC student in high school, okay? I failed a couple classes. I was not smart. I had a different kind of smart. I was creative smart, and I was like street smart, but book smart. You try and get me to memorize something, not gonna happen. That's just how I was. I took Adderall for it, and was like prescribed to it, and all this kind of stuff, and it still didn't really work. And look at me now. I'm doing my own thing, having fun. Some would say that I'm successful, and that makes me happy because I'm in a place where God has blessed me at the things that I'm good at. And I'm not good at books or quizzes or anything like that. But like I was saying earlier, try. Don't give up. Try. You have to try. You have to continue pushing. You have to try and get smart. You got to try and get help. If you're not, I had tutors, I had everything, guys, because I wasn't doing good. I needed help. Seeking help is the biggest thing that you can do in a time of struggling with something. You can't beat everything on your own. You can't do it. We're not perfect. Now, your parents are upset with you. They're mad you're getting bad grades. You got to show them that you're trying. Like, Mom, I'm studying, I just don't get this. And if they don't get that, then you know what? Study harder and prove them wrong. That's what you got to do. Put in work. Put in work. I promise you, if you can get that type of mindset in high school or middle school, and then you take that to college, and then you take that to the real world when you get a job, you are going to be successful. I promise you that. Putting your mind to something and going through it and pushing through the hard times, the failures, you're going to get better. Guys, I say this to people. If you're not failing, you're not learning. If you're not failing, you're not succeeding. If you're not failing hard enough, you're not progressing, because it takes failure to learn and to progress, okay? If you're not trying new, unique things and having them fail, then you're never going to find that one new, unique thing that doesn't fail. You know what I'm saying? So try, be different, try different. In my memory classes, in my English class, I was so bad at memorizing stuff, so I mixed it in with something that I liked, which was skateboarding. I would go out and skate with a poem in my hand, and I did work. I memorized so much because it put my mind on a new level to where I would just skate around and I'd be like, wherefore art thou, Romeo, out of yonder window, whatever the heck the words are. That was like 15 years ago. But you know what I'm saying. Do something that you enjoy while you're memorizing it. If you like running, say you're on the cross-country team, bring a note card with you and say it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Next line, repeat both lines. Repeat both lines. The next line, repeat all three lines. That kind of stuff. Use flashcards. Make it fun. Make it creative. That's what you got to do. And I promise you that if you put in the work and you try and be unique, you seek help where you need it, you'll do a lot better. Never hide your grades from your parents. I tried that. Didn't work out too well. Promise you that. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you did. Excuse me, hashtag stay positive, hashtag real talk, guys. Let's make the comment section in these videos a sanctuary for people on YouTube, a place that people can come to talk and not be judged. And if you see somebody judging someone else in the comments, support them. So someone down below, say that they're like, man, my girlfriend just broke up with me. I don't know what to do. And then someone says, you deserve it because you're ugly. Comment back and be like, hey, man, you're better than her. You didn't need her anyways. You know what I mean? Be positive. Let's get it going, guys. Hashtag stay positive. I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next episode, all right? Peace.